Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we embark on an in-depth exploration of the pivotal role played by the Federal Reserve in the United States economy. As the nation's central banking system, the Federal Reserve holds immense responsibility in shaping monetary policy, ensuring financial stability, and fostering overall economic well-being. Join us as we delve deep into the functions and impact of this influential institution. To understand the origins of the Federal Reserve, we must look back to the early 20th century when the United States faced frequent financial crises. In response, the government sought to create a more stable and adaptable monetary system. On December 23, 1913, President Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act into law, giving birth to the Federal Reserve System. Its primary mission was to establish a more flexible and resilient banking and monetary system that could respond effectively to economic fluctuations and safeguard the nation's financial stability. Understanding the intricate structure of the Federal Reserve is vital to grasping its multifaceted role. At its core, we have the Board of Governors, consisting of 7 members appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate. The chair and vice chair of the board serve 4-year terms and play instrumental roles in guiding the Fed's operations. The Federal Reserve is further comprised of 12 regional Federal Reserve banks, each serving a designated district in the country. Operating as quasi-independent entities, these banks carry out essential functions within their respective regions, providing valuable insights into the unique economic conditions of different parts of the United States. The heart of the Federal Reserve's decision-making process lies within the Federal Open Market Committee, or FOMC. Comprising the 7 members of the Board of Governors and 5 representatives from the regional Federal Reserve banks, the FOMC meets regularly to discuss and set monetary policy. This includes determining the target range for the federal funds rate, which is the interest rate at which depository institutions lend reserve balances to other banks overnight. Monetary policy is the Federal Reserve's most prominent tool in managing the economy. By adjusting short-term interest rates, the Fed influences the cost of borrowing and lending, which, in turn, impacts consumer spending, business investment, and overall economic activity. The FOMC meetings are closely watched by financial markets and economists, as the decisions made here have far-reaching implications. Through open market operations, where the Fed buys or sells government securities, it either injects or withdraws money from the financial system, directly impacting the money supply and interest rates. Maintaining price stability is a core objective of the Federal Reserve. By targeting a moderate inflation rate, typically around 2% annually, the Fed aims to strike a balance that encourages consumer spending while safeguarding against the detrimental effects of deflation or hyperinflation. A stable and predictable inflation rate enables consumers to make informed spending decisions, while businesses can plan for the future with confidence, fostering economic growth and long-term investment. In addition to price stability, the Federal Reserve is dedicated to achieving maximum sustainable employment. A strong labor market is crucial for fostering economic growth, improving the overall standard of living, and reducing social and economic disparities. Through its monetary policy decisions, the Fed endeavors to create an environment where businesses are confident in hiring, and job seekers have ample opportunities for employment. By using its monetary policy tools to address changes in the economic landscape, the Fed aims to keep unemployment rates low and sustainable over the long term. Beyond its role in monetary policy, the Federal Reserve is entrusted with the supervision and regulation of financial institutions. This responsibility is critical to maintaining the safety and soundness of the banking system and protecting consumers from financial exploitation. The Federal Reserve conducts regular examinations of banks and other financial entities to ensure compliance with regulations and responsible business practices. By monitoring these institutions and addressing potential risks, the Fed aims to prevent systemic issues and contribute to a stable financial environment. In times of economic distress, the Federal Reserve becomes a critical player in crisis management. During financial crises or significant disruptions, the Fed employs its lender of last resort authority to provide emergency liquidity to financial institutions, preventing widespread collapses and potential contagion effects. An excellent example of this was during the 2008 financial crisis, when the Fed took decisive action to stabilize the financial system, protect depositors, and facilitate the flow of credit to the economy. The Federal Reserve operates with a degree of independence from the government to ensure that monetary policy decisions are based on long-term economic goals rather than short-term political considerations. This independence allows the Fed to act swiftly and effectively in response to economic conditions. However, despite its independence, the Federal Reserve remains accountable to Congress and the public. The chair of the Federal Reserve regularly testifies before Congress, and the Fed publishes detailed reports to provide transparency and ensure public trust. In conclusion, the Federal Reserve plays a crucial and multifaceted role in the U.S. economy. Through its implementation of monetary policy, regulation of financial institutions, and crisis management efforts, the Fed works tirelessly to promote economic stability, price integrity, and maximum employment. As citizens, understanding the Federal Reserve's functions empowers us to participate in the economic discourse and appreciate the interplay between monetary decisions and our daily lives. Remember, the Federal Reserve is not an entity separate from the public. It is an institution that serves the best interests of the American people. Let us remain informed and involved as we collectively shape the economic future of our great nation. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey.